Joining me now from Birmingham is the President of the Athletics Federation of India, former Olympian and 100 meters champion, Adille Sumariwalla. Mr. Sumariwalla, Tejaswin Shankar doing the country proud by what he achieved in the high jump, the first track and field medal for India. But he seems to have achieved this despite the system, not because of it. It appears the Athletics Federation simply did not realize that Tejaswini was a medal prospect, and you were actually denying him a right to be part of the Indian team simply because he didn't participate in the interstate tournament.
So I'm not going to get into, today is not a day to get into this this sort of a conversation. Today is a day to celebrate. The only thing I want to say is there is a process. If you don't follow a process, you are bad. If you follow a process, you are even worse. So I don't want to say anything beyond that. We worked very hard to get his entry at the end. Today is the day to celebrate. I think Tejaswini deserves it. And that's all I'm going to say for the time being. I don't think Athletics Federation of India did anything wrong.
But Mr. Sumariwalla, you're saying this is a moment. No, but Mr. Sumariwalla, you're saying this is a moment to celebrate. But how do you celebrate? How do you celebrate when an athlete has to go to court against your federation to even get to the Commonwealth Games? He had achieved all the marks at the University of Kansas, and yet you all were insisting on an interstate trial. It sets a very bad example.
That's a very long discussion. I think you people know only very small bits of how this thing happened. Let me tell you, the selection committee has 5 Padma Shris, 5 Olympians, 5 Arjuna awardees. I'm not even on the selection committee. I'm only an ex officio member. They have followed due process, and that's all I can tell you. And secondly, the court has not ordered him to be selected. When we could drop one athlete who was unfit, we dropped that athlete who was unfit and selected him. There is a quota, so we had to fill that quota. So let's not get, it's a very complex issue, so let's not get into it.
And I'm not going to get into this. I'm sorry to intervene, but that's a terribly bureaucratic. You've been a sports person yourself. Look at what Tejaswin had to go through even to get to the CWG. You can have all the Padma Shris and all the Olympians on your selection committee, but if they deny an athlete of such quality an opportunity to reach the Commonwealth Games, which eventually he got only at the last moment, I mean, what does it say? What does it say about our system?
It says the system is strong. It says the system is strong. You can say we are bureaucratic. You can say what you want, but that's not the fact of the case. I'm sorry to say that this is not. I love channels trying to get TRPs and eyeballs, but that's not the fact of the case. The facts of the case are completely different. It's not going to be in 10 minutes to be explained how the selection process works. That selection process was put on the website on January 18th, 2022. So I'm not going to get into a tutu meme with you on this, but let me tell you whatever was put on the website.
Mr. Sumariwalla, you're dodging the question. Mr. Sumariwalla, on the 17th of June this year, you were quoted as saying the decision made on team selection is final. We have sent the list of 37 players chosen by the selection committee to the IOA. We can remove names, 36. But we can't add to the list. Here was someone who had achieved all your marks just because he had done it at the NCAA and not your interstate. You didn't give him an opportunity. He's won, I repeat, despite the system.
You're wrong.
Not because of it. We are celebrating, but Indian officials can't celebrate.
You're wrong again. Rajdeep, you're wrong again. There are 6 other people who had also, the 44 people have achieved qualifying standards. Please understand, you're wrong again. 44 people had achieved qualifying standards. Our quota was 36. From October onwards, we've been asking to increase the quota, which we did not succeed to do through IOA. So you don't have all the facts. So don't even try and play this good boy here.